Once upon a haunted winter's time, in a kingdom that once glittered with bells and choirs, there lived a princess born beneath a broken crown. Her name was frozen in history's ash, but the people called her the Threadling Princess. She was the daughter of two kings a love the kingdom hated. Before her birth, the ex-queen Natasha, pregnant, jealous, and abandoned, refused to keep her, as she only reminded her of the love she had lost with her ex-husband, King Atmos. Natasha prayed to the god that she and many of the people of the kingdom followed, and told him, "May the child of their union bear every wound their love inflicts upon me," she pleaded. She became a martyr amongst the people, gaining their pity for her misfortune. And so, on Christmas night, when the child came screaming into the world, her first cry was sown with blood and silk. Traveling far from the deep portals of Pumpkin Hill, a Krampus guardian rose around her lonely cradle, a beast made of ancient whispering shadows and hollow eyes. It wrapped around her like smoke, humming lullabies only she could hear. It soothed the confused and longing child. The day came. The people watched as she was placed in the hands of the two kings, and they trembled. By the time the princess was 3, her mother Natasha riled the kingdom even further against the crown. Her fathers, King Theo and King Atmos, were now called sinners. Her mother Natasha, the ex-queen, now a nun. And the princess, she was simply called the cursed winter's babe. When she walked through the garden, people would avoid her. When she spoke, it was as though glass cracked. And when someone dared to mock her, strange accidents befell them. Each act of cruelty against her was avenged by a spirit she never asked for, but she clung to his warmth and protection. Along with the tender love from her fathers, the beast was the only other one she could trust. As the years passed, loneliness became her kingdom. She started to be known as the Threadling Princess, as she became adorned with mysterious stitches all over her body. She would use her threads to stitch dolls out of torn linens to match her appearance, and placed papers with written names of those who hated her within the doll's stitches. As she got older, she would make magical harps from her stitches as she sang, for her voice and her Krampus were her only friend. Her songs were beautiful and haunting. When she sang, the wind wept and torches dimmed. The people whispered that her music carried curses. "Don't listen," they said. "Her voice will thread sorrow into your soul." But all her voice ever carried was love and longing. In secret, her fathers bandaged her sorrow. When the weight of hatred became too much, she hurt herself to feel anything she could control, to physically show the kingdom the pain it was inflicting upon her. And her fathers, instead of scolding, they took magical silver needles and silk thread gifted from a mysterious ghost witch and stitched her wounds with trembling hands. Each stitch glowed faintly with warmth, a father's love woven into her flesh. They did not question the magic, they embraced it. And when she awoke, she often would whisper, "I'm sorry I'm so hard to love." Her father smiled through tears and would say,
"You are not hard to love, my Threadling. You are hard to understand."
When she turned 18 on Christmas Day, the council demanded that she marry.
"To purify the throne,"
they said, but she refused, and for this they named her evil once more. "She won't wed a man," they scorned.
Endor! She wants to rule alone!
Who would marry her with all of those stitches anyway, they called out. But the truth? She would not give her heart to a world that already broke it. She did not want a crown. She did not want a prince. She wanted a world where she could love her fathers without shame and walk among her people without their words made of knives. She and her fathers longed for peace and freedom. And so she lived on, stitched, longing for acceptance, until one Halloween night. The townsfolk Gathered with torches, they stood outside, chanting to burn the palace and end the curse. As flames reached her window, her Krampus guardian stirred. It unfurled darkness from the castle walls like 100 threads of shadow, and the fire turned into blackened smoke. One by one, the people fell to their knees, their screams muffled by shadowy threads tightening around their throats, suffocating them along with the smoke from their fires of hatred. And through the chaos, the princess and her fathers watched. The towers now darkened from the ash, the royal family vanished from the earthly plane, their ghosts safely placed within the realm of Pumpkin Hill, where they could finally be free, ruling a ghost kingdom from the ruins, the people bound by threads, a curse from the Krampus upon them. The princess still sends her Krampus guardian to the mortal realm, weaving fates for those who mock what they do not understand, bringing back mortal names that she writes on paper and places within her stitches, watching them from afar. And with the guardian, it carries her songs of love and loss upon the winds of the earthly plane. She wanders with her fathers throughout Pumpkin Hill, patching broken souls and singing songs for those who hurt too quietly to be heard, playing her magical harp to soothe their pains. So remember, children of the hill, evil's just a name the fearful give to those they cannot destroy. And sometimes love itself is the most dangerous curse of all.